Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. I will be talking about Bitcoin Cash and everything that's going on as far as that's concerned, as well as technical analysis for BCH specifically. Other than that, I will be going over my normal schedule of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisigo, Lisk, Cardano, and IOTA. I will not be using my face cam today just because there's been a lot going on with the markets and I've been pretty busy, so I just want to make sure that I get this video out as soon as possible. As of right now, we can see that actually I'm just going to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with Bitcoin Cash. Before I do that, if you haven't checked out my monthly buying opportunities and are interested in joining my membership, go check that out. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. But otherwise, it is official, right? Bitcoin Cash is now on Coinbase. And the latest news, because obviously the servers kind of went crashing and everything. If you were on GDAX, you saw what happened. But they did just put out an update 20 minutes ago, and sends and receives are functional as far as Bitcoin Cash is concerned. However, GDAX will not be trading Bitcoin Cash until there is enough liquidity, and they say that they anticipate this to be tomorrow when they'll restart trading, right? Otherwise, Coinbase is working for Bitcoin Cash. So we'll see how that affects things. Obviously, this is massive news, and it's very hard to know what's going to happen here, right? A lot of different things could happen, but what's for sure is that Bitcoin is taking a bit of a hit here, down 10%, of course. Broke through quite a few support levels, and Ethereum, Litecoin, also taking a hit. A lot of red today, and this whole chaos just added more to the mess. So obviously what happened was a lot of altcoins sold off after the Bitcoin Cash announcement that it was being added to Coinbase. A lot of people poured their money into Bitcoin Cash. I bought some personally. I'll just be holding here in the near future, and yeah, just see what happens basically. So going forward, what do I think is the most likely scenario? I think that we will see Bitcoin Cash increase a bit more over the next week or two, and Bitcoin probably will drop a little bit more as well. So that's I think the most likely case scenario at this point as far as altcoins are concerned. It could really go either way. They're either going to get a really nice bounce, or are probably going to fall more like Bitcoin. If that were to happen, a lot of money would flow into Bitcoin Cash though, so that's something to realize. And to be honest, this whole Bitcoin Cash thing is just a mess in my opinion, and I think that Coinbase and GDAX, surprise adding it to their platform was not a good idea. I'm not saying that I know the solution or the best way that they should have done that, but it's just not professional, and it really sparked up a whole mess in the markets, and I think this is just the beginning. So let me know what you think of all this. I'll keep you updated, of course, but it's definitely going to shake things up quite a lot, and it's definitely going to mess with Bitcoin's market cap, and just affect everything, right? Altcoins, the whole thing. So let's go ahead and jump into the technical analysis here on Bitcoin. You can see that we broke through our short-term support level right there. That was our uptrend line, and let me go ahead and zoom out just a bit. So we broke through this uptrend line right here. I've been calling for that to happen over the past couple days, and we finally saw that happen today. Now we're moving back, basically towards our secondary uptrend line over here. We're actually, we actually did dip below that and got support at this $15,814 mark. Bounced off that, and we're now currently trading above our support level at $16,644 and above our, uptrend line right over here, right? So it would be good if, it was able to hold above this and at least consolidate above this $16,644 mark, or even trend up along this uptrend line right here. But if money starts moving away from Bitcoin because of the whole Bitcoin Cash thing, it probably will drop a bit more, right? And yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. As far as the indicators go, definitely not looking good on the MACD, basically crossing below the orange line, which that hasn't happened in a while, so we definitely could see a bit of a downtrend here happen, flipped into the negative area as far as the histogram is concerned, and back below the 70 line on the RSI. So those are all very bearish signals, and I do think that we'll probably see Bitcoin take a bit more of a hit here moving forward. Probably going to break through these support levels. Really going to have to wait and see what happens at around this $14,000 area where we have this uptrend line right here and our support level. So that's where I'm going to be looking for a bounce moving forward, because I do think it's going to fall more in the near future. Let's go over to Ethereum and take a look at what it's been doing. So Ethereum actually not acting that badly, considering everything that's going on. It did break back below the $800 level, so that is something to pay attention to, and obviously not the best sign. But as of right now, currently, we're holding above our short-term uptrend line, which is going to be pretty hard to hold above. We also have a pretty big support level at $783. We are currently trading above that. We dipped all the way down to $700 basically today. So that's going to be major support level, that whole $7 area, and hopefully we won't go lower than that. If we do, I mentioned this in the past, but we don't have much support after that $700 area, right? Because we got such a big bounce. So it could fall quite a bit if we were to break below that $700 mark. Right now, that's just too early to tell, though. The MACD is still looking okay, dipping back below the 80 line on the RSI, but not as much weakness as Bitcoin or anything like that. So it's still holding up pretty well, but it could definitely take a hit here if the whole altcoin market starts dropping. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. The bullish case scenario here for Ethereum would be to get a bounce off the uptrend line right now and really start moving back up. At this point, it is going to be pretty hard, right? We're probably going to see some consolidation at the very least. Let's go and see what's happening with Litecoin now. Litecoin, a very similar drop here, pretty low, all the way down to $275, kind of like what Ethereum had. We bounced strongly, though, off this uptrend line right here. And yeah, we are now below our previous uptrend line. So we're basically in this range between $300 and $351. If we're able to hold in that range, I think that's good. Similar to Ethereum, we don't have much support after that $300 mark, so we would probably drop quite a bit down to that, maybe $240 area. So we do want to try to avoid, of course, dropping below $300. If we stay range bound here, that would be, good enough, I would say. As far as the MACD concerned, it is starting to top off a little bit, and we are downtrending on the histogram. Broke below our uptrend line on the RSI and getting towards that 70 mark. So still have to wait and see. And for these altcoins, it's really going to just be, are we going to start seeing a massive drop in the altcoin market, or are they actually going to be seen somewhat as a safe haven compared to Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash? That's kind of what's going to decide what's going to happen here. But it's definitely going to be hard for them to bounce just yet, right? There's a lot going on, and it's definitely quite a bit of drama in the making right now. So let's see what's happening with Ripple, and let's see. We can see that we broke back below our uptrend line right here, which isn't the best sign. We definitely want to try to make it back up there. That is going to be pretty hard. Right now, we do have quite a bit of support at this, right over here near, let's see, near 70 cents, basically. It looks like we do have quite a few support levels based on previous candlesticks, and hopefully we can stay above that. If we don't, we're probably going to move down to this 57-cent mark. So, the fact that we broke below this uptrend line is kind of concerning to me, right? Like I said, if we're able to bounce back up quickly, that won't be a problem, but the MACD is starting to flatten out at the top here, and we're moving very quickly back down to that 70 mark. So unless we get some kind of bounce here, we probably are going to break through this 70 line and probably go back down to maybe 64 cents or even 57 cents. Definitely not looking great, just because it wasn't able to hold, unfortunately, that uptrend line. If Ripple drops a lot, I will probably use it as a buying opportunity. So just throwing that out there. Of course, that's not financial advice. That's just my opinion. Let's take a look at what NEO is doing now. So got a pretty big pullback, actually. Had a little bit of a double top over here at the highs, right over, let's see, at 85 cents, $85.44. Of course, pulling back quite a bit from there, now back into the Bollinger Band range. And we got a nice bounce off our previous all-time high. That's a very big support area at $58.43. So that's good to see. NEO is looking pretty good here, but it is probably going to have to consolidate a little bit in this area, maybe around 60 cents before it can reattempt to move back to its all-time highs, unless there's some kind of big bounce in the altcoin market. But right now, it's looking like at least consolidation is going to be most likely. So yeah, I would say a bit of consolidation around the 60 mark. I think that's very healthy for NEO right now, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. As far as the MACD is concerned, still looking pretty strong here. We are kind of topping off on the histogram, and the RSI is actually looking pretty bad, right? We moved all the way back down to this 66 support level, below the 70 line, and it would be good to get a bounce off that. If we drop below it, that definitely will mean that the indicator is pretty weak. Let's go over to our next cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be Vertcoin. And Vertcoin moved all the way down to $7.22. So basically at our previous support level over here. Did manage to get a really nice strong bounce above that, and what we see right now is, it almost made a move to the all-time highs. We unfortunately weren't able to really do that, especially with what happened today, and it's basically putting us back into our range. So the indicators are kind of confirming that, we're downtrending lower on the MACD, kind of a very similar move to what we had over here, and yeah, basically I kind of expect just more consolidation now. If we actually look at the move, I was looking at this the other day, but it's very similar, right? We had our first move upwards, broke above our resistance level, then pulled back down, got another test, and then started consolidating a bit more before the breakout. And if we come over here, we can actually see the exact same pattern, right? So break high above, put in some all-time highs there, moved back down, bounced off the support level, retested that resistance level, wasn't able to do that, and probably going to get some more consolidation. We can see that the Bollinger Bands are really starting to contract here, so that's going to tighten up the range quite a bit and really make us consolidate near this, maybe $8.30 area. So I think that's the most likely thing to happen for Vertcoin moving forward here in the next couple days, maybe the next week or two. Let's go over to Monero now and take a look at what it's been doing. So looks like, wow, it's actually getting a pretty nice bounce here, up 11%. Maybe people are seeing it as a safe haven during all this drama, and it looks like we put in a all-time high today of $433. So still moving great. Bounce off the uptrend line over here. MACD still looking strong. This is, very unusual for stocks and cryptocurrencies to have such strength, but Monero is managing to do so, and it's really proving itself every time, right? Because it isn't even coming close to getting to a crossover on that MACD. Now broke above some resistance level, it looks like, on the histogram, and back above that 75 line on the RSI. That's actually been a pretty telling area, because when we move above it, we usually see a nice boost, and it's looking good. It looks like we're currently right below the previous candlestick, so it'd be nice to get above that, basically hold above $400. That could definitely happen if people start using Monero as a bit of a safe haven now, and it is still looking strong. Nothing bad to say about it for now. Let's go over to our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be OmiseGO, and let's take a look. Let me go over to Bittrex here. Looks like OmiseGO, after having a really nice move to the upside here, putting in an all-time high of $22.23, pulled back quite a bit, broke below our short-term uptrend line. Obviously very steep and hard to hold. I wasn't really expecting it to stay above that, and it wasn't able to. So we came back towards this secondary uptrend line, pretty much got a bounce off there, and our previous support level at $14.50. So got a pretty strong bounce actually, and I think we might see it move up in this channel right here going forward. We obviously are dipping back towards that 70 line on the RSI, broke below our uptrend line, and yeah, it's probably going to consolidate a little bit, and hopefully, if it has enough strength, stay in this channel and move slightly to the upside, right? Let's go over now to our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Lisk, and take a look at how it's been acting. So Lisk actually staying pretty strong here, despite the altcoin drop that we saw throughout the day, which is a very good sign. And who knows, it could of course see a drop moving forward, but I think that it's going to consolidate. And what I just drew here was the symmetrical triangle formation that it's in. We still have some room to move here, so I think we're just going to trade in the symmetrical triangle formation as such, and hopefully break to the upside. Of course, that's still to be determined, but probably just going to trade in the symmetrical triangle until it makes a clear decision of what's going to happen. So basically, some consolidation and maybe move slightly to the upside, right? But still staying in this triangle for the next couple trading sessions. As far as the MACD goes, still looking pretty good, and RSI actually still looking pretty strong. Still above the uptrend line. So LISC is actually, despite the fact that wasn't able to continue its breakout per se, it is, holding the progress that it's made, right? Which definitely not all cryptocurrencies, definitely not many altcoins did that today. So that is sort of a selling point for LISC right there. Let's go over to Cardano now and see what it's been up to. So Cardano put in an all-time high on the previous candlestick of 3,205 Satoshis. Looks like we got a bit of a pullback all the way down to 2,500 Satoshis. That should be a pretty important and big support area now moving forward, which is good. Currently, we made our way back above the upper Bollinger Band, so we're still finding support there and managing to stay pretty much above it, which is good, right? So it would be good to stay above that 3,000 Satoshi level. Right now that looks a little bit hard. We could see that in the next couple days. I think we're probably just going to get a bit of consolidation here moving forward at these levels for Cardano. And first, red candlestick in a few days, so that is also kind of a sign that some consolidation could happen with the red volume here. RSI dipping back below the 80 line, not too bad yet. So it's holding up pretty well, but it's probably not going to have enough strength just yet to move back up, right? Unless, like I've said for other cryptocurrencies, we get some kind of big altcoin bounce because of everything that's going on. But that's really still to be determined. Now, IOTA is actually one of the altcoins that's been doing good today. Got some bullish investment news. Put in an all-time high here, it looks like, of $5.80. So really recovered from its drama nicely, putting in a nice U-shaped bounce. We crossed back over the orange line on the MACD, now back trending positive on the histogram, and we didn't really manage to stay above that 70 line on the RSI, so that'd be nice to see, but right now it is still looking pretty strong, right? We're back above our uptrend line, back above any kind of previous support levels, and we even got a really nice lower wick here, which means that people bought up these lower prices during the drop, and I would say it's probably going to either consolidate at these upper levels or even slowly but surely move even higher, right? We have quite a bit of space here till we get back to the upper Bollinger Band, so that could definitely happen. We're going to be looking for a break above $6 next. Yeah, that's the next big breakout level, basically. With that being said, everyone, this is the end of the daily crypto update. Make sure to let me know what you think about everything that's going on in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.